Hi there. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today's lesson we're going to talk about how you can clean your data using RStudio. And the data which you're going to clean, it is this data. We have it opened already in a CSV format, and as you can see, we have some data here, and this is our first variable. It is a VIN 1 to 10, and we have here our last variable. It is battery electric vehicle BE. So basically this type, there are two types of electric vehicles. There is BHEV and BEV. So which means that I will need to unpivot this table so that we have two columns. One column is going to be the type of electric vehicle, and another one is going to be the electric range, which is represented by this KWH. KWH means that kilowatts per hour. So for example, for this Jeep, it consumes 21 kilowatts per hour, and so on and so forth. So we are going to unpivot this. We have two column. I'll show you how to do that. Another thing that we are going to, this column combines three variables together. It has make, model, and year in the same column, which is not right. It's supposed to have different columns, one for make, one for model, one for year. So we are going also to split it based on this delimiter in the middle. And also we are going to look at how to handle duplicates in your data, and also how to drop columns in your data, and also we're going to learn how you can change the variable types in your data. So stick around as I take you through. So the first step, it is first of all importing the data. I mean importing the libraries, since you cannot work without the library. So just write a library. As you can see, it has already suggested for you, and you just click tab. So we're going to use read R. Read R, it is basically for reading a CSV file, and as you can see, there is read X1. Read X1, it is for reading an Excel file, but for this lesson we have a CSV file, so it is read R. Another one, we need a library to tidy up our data. So library, so tidy R, it is for tidying up messy data as indicated there. So I just click tab, and the last one, we are going to lay DPLYR, which is for grammar manipulation. So you can do this, or also you can also just tick them here under packages. So there is this tab here under packages. You can just tick them one by one, the ones which you need. For example, TidyR, you can see I've already ticked it there. I've ticked read R. I've ticked the DPLYR for data manipulation. I mean for grammar manipulation, and so on and so forth. So we just highlight it like that. Once you have stated what you want to import, and you can click here run, and it has run your data. So after that, we're going to import the CSV file, and this is how you do it. First of all, you assign it a variable, and I'm just going to call it EV since it is data about electric vehicles. And so you can write equals, or you can write this sign here, which is just a less than, and then a dash, and then after that you write read underscore CSV, So read underscore CSV. As you can see, it is a read R. It belongs in the read R. So without read R installed and imported in this file, you cannot be able to use this command. So just click tab, and then you can write single or double quotation mark. So in this quotation mark, we are going to import our file path. So I've already opened it here, mine, and for the file path, just open the document where the folder where you have saved your CSV file. The CSV file, it is in the link of this of this video. So make sure you check it out. You click, you download it and save it in a file. In a folder. So once you open the folder, you just click on this tab here once, and then you can be able to get the path of the file. So after that, you just click Ctrl C to copy it, and then you paste it here. Then you write a slash. Now let us look at our file name. Our file name, it is ev_2, capital ev_2, and then you write dot, you specify it as CSV. So if you leave it like that, you're going to get an error. It's going like to give you some trouble. So make sure you put a double slash, like an escape, for it to work perfectly. Where there's a single slash, just add another one like that. Then you highlight it and you run it. Yes, so you can see we have imported 170,000 rows of data, or maybe observation, if you may call it, and there are 15 columns or variables, if you may call it that way. Let us look at our column names, and this is how you can look at the column names. So looking at column names, and I will show you why it is important to do that just in a few. So just write col names, and then you click a tab. It will autocomplete it for you, and then you pass in the variable name, which is ev, the one which you have specified here. And then you highlight it, run it again. Yes, and you can see here down in the console, you have your column names, and these are the columns which you have in your data. Okay, now that is awesome. So the first step in our data cleaning process is, first of all, we have to look at the duplicates. So inspect for duplicates, if I may call it that way. So these are just comments, the ones which are highlighted in purple. These are just comments, and again, this is my window, which I have customized it this way. If you customize your RStudio the way you liked it, me, I customize mine this way, and yes, it's looking awesome for me. So back to our lesson. To inspect the duplicates, I've written here my comments, so that in future, if I come back to look at what I've done, I can be able also to understand the steps which I took, and in case I send it to someone else, he or she can also be able to understand what I did. So just write to duplicated, and then you pass in your variable name. So highlight it. Let us run it and see the output which you have. Yes, so as you can see, this output, it is not very much useful. It is cluttered everywhere. So we need to pipe this duplicated into a table. So let me show you how to pipe it. Just write it the percentage sign, greater than, percentage sign. So this means pipe, and I will explain what pipe means. And table, and then write the two brackets. So what this symbol does is that it takes duplicated and then it puts it inside the table. So in case you write table and then you copy the duplicated in brackets EV inside here, it will achieve the same thing. But for readability, familiarize with the piping option. So just highlight it, then run it again, and let's see. So yeah, so for example here we have eight duplicates in our table. Okay, so another thing now we are going to do, so to drop the duplicates, what you're going to do, just write EV. Okay, let me first of all write the comments. So dropping duplicates. So you just write EV, which is a variable which you specified here. So EV is equals to distinct and EV again. So let me just highlight it, let me run it, and you can see we have dropped eight duplicates. So just to check if they're duplicates again, if you can get the true as 8. So we are supposed only to have false. If you have a true, it means you have not dropped a duplicate. So let me highlight it, let me run it again so that you can see if it has worked. Yes, now you can see we only have unique values. We have dropped the 8 duplicates which were in our table. We are now going to drop the necessary columns in our table. So let me first of all call these columns command here so that we can have it a bit closer. Okay, so these are all the columns which we have. So dropping columns or variables, however you choose to call it. So just write EV is equal. So you can write is equals or that symbol. I chose that symbol so that I can differentiate my Python code and my R code, but you can write equals, so it's not a big issue. So EV, and you want to pipe it. Okay, you want to pipe it into the select function. Yes, into the select function. So just write minus and the column name which you want to remove. For example, so for example, I want to remove this first column here. You can just copy it with the quotation to make my work easier, and then put a comma, again minus. I don't want the city, since I can just work with the county. I also don't want the postal code. So let me put it here. I'll delete this one here so that it doesn't cause me problems. Okay, minus. So basically you can list all the variables which you don't want. Let me speed this part up. Okay, so these are the variables which I don't want in my data: VIN, city, postal code, vehicle location, sensor track. Choose wherever. So we're just doing this for this I'm showing you how you can drop the columns, but make sure you do not touch these three though, since we are going to use it later on to show you more cool stuff which you can do with R. So just highlight it, and then you can write shift enter. Okay, I mean control enter. Yes, so you can see our variables, they've dropped from 15. We now have 9 variables. Okay, so you can monitor it there, or if you want you can print again the column names to show you that. But now I want us to do one better. Let us print the first 8 rows of the data. So let us look at the first 8 rows. Look at first 8 rows, and use the head function. You write in brackets EV. So you can write it like this, or if you choose to be more like sexy in it, you can just write EV percentage and then just write head. So these are the same thing. This means pipe, so it will just take EV and put it in here, so it means the same thing, like no difference. So you can just highlight this and run it. Okay, so this is the table which was outputted. It's quite big, so it cannot load all of it. Here you are being told there are 3 more variables, which are my make model year, which is a character, which simply means it is a string. We also have a plug hybrid BHAV, which is also a character, meaning it's a string. And we have the battery electric vehicle, which is also a string. So that's how you do it. Let me go back to my Excel file and show you what you're going to do. So the next thing you're going to do, let me just scroll up to the end. So I'm going to deal with this column here. I'm going to split the make, model, and year and place them in each column, and then we are going to specify the data types in each column later on. So let us do that now. Okay, so splitting columns by character. Splitting columns by character. And so you start EV is equals, which is our variable. So again, we are going to use pipe for readability. I can bring it down. So separate. You can bring it down like this, or you can just choose to go until the end. It doesn't make a difference. So just write separate, open the bracket, single quotation, and you want the column which you want to separate. It is this one here, so I'll just copy it here. Let me copy it and then I'm going to paste it here, comma, and then we're going to create a vector. So C means we are creating a vector, and then open another bracket, okay, single quotation mark, and the columns we're going to create is make is going to be the one of the column. The next one is going to be model, and the last one is going to be year. So after that, we need to specify on what basis we are like splitting it, and we are splitting it based on this character. Since, as you can see, the make, model, and year, they are separated by that character in the middle. You can see the make, model, year, it has those characters in the middle. So every instance of this character we're going to use it to separate the columns with. So once that is done, once you run your separate code here, you're going to get like a warning, because there are some rows that they have missing data, but all in all, as you can see, our variables, they have increased. The next thing now we're going to do, we're going to reshape our data. By reshaping, I mean we're going to unpivot these two columns, so that we have one column with the electric vehicle type, and another column having the range, the electric range. Okay, reshaping data. Again, EV. I'll use that sign. You can choose to use is equals, it is still work. And then I'm going to pipe it greater than. I'm going to use now the gather function, and the columns which you want to unpivot, there are this column here. Let me copy it and just paste it here together with the quotation marks, and this column here too, we're going to use it. And then the key now, it is the first column, I mean the column containing the characters, the PHEV and the B and the BEV. What are you going to call it? So I'm going to call that one electric vehicle type. Okay, I call it electric vehicle type. And the values now, the like let's say 21 kp 21 kWh. What I want to call it is electric range, and I can just put in brackets kWh. Okay, so once that is done, I highlight it and then I run it. All right. So again, if I print the column names, so that I can see if it has worked. Okay, so you can see we have created the electric vehicle type and the electric electric range kWh. First of all, let us check for the data type. And this one we're going to use str and ev. Then let me just run it so that I can show you something. Okay, so example, if you look at this electric range, these are the values. You can see it has a 21 kWh, 21 kWh, and so on and so forth. Okay, like for the district, you can see it is registered as a number. For the state, it's a character. But for the electric, we'll need to change it into a numeric, and we cannot change it if it has this kWh. So we need to remove the kWh from the electric range variable, and this is how we do it. Let me just write removing kWh from electric range. To remove the kWh from the electric range, what you just need to do is just you need to write this line here. So basically, this means is that EV is our variable. So EV, and you put the dollar sign, and then you can choose your column name, which is electric range, single brackets kWh. So is equals to, you can write is equals to, or this sign, and then use G sub, double quotation. You specify what you want to remove, and then comma, then what you want to replace it with. We want to replace it with nothing, so I just wrote single quotation, double quotation mark, and left it there, comma, and then again you repeat what you've done here. You can just copy it and paste it here. So if we run this, it has run successfully, no errors. And then we can view again. We can view again our data. Now you can see now it is 21. It does not have a kWh, so we have successfully removed the kWh. So what is remaining now, we need to convert this into a number, not a character. So I'm going to say EV, and this means is equals to, or you can just write is equals to, it is still the same, and then you pipe it into mutate, okay, tab, and then I'll just copy this one here, Control C, so is equals to as dot numeric, okay, as dot numeric, and then I'll copy it again here. Right, so as you can see, it has run successfully, no errors. And now again, when we check our data type, let us look at the results. Okay, now you can see it has changed into a number. The last step now, it is exporting your data. So exporting data, your clean data. And to export, it is very simple. You use the write. So just say write.csv since I want to export it as a CSV. So the file which I want to export is the EV, and I want to call it, let me just call it cleaned dot CSV. Okay, and I can say raw dot names is equals to false. So when you run that line, you highlight it and then you run it, it will export your file, and most likely it will export it in your documents. Like mine, it is here in my documents. And if you let me just open it, see how it looks like, how see a cleaned. As you can see right now, our data looks pretty much cleaned. This data, it is ready for analysis and also for visualization in case you want maybe to load it into Tableau and something like that. So it has been a pleasure having you.